do seem to have a very honest willingness to share your expertise with others, and I think that's only matched by your eagerness to learn about new technology as well. Are those traits that come naturally to you, your hunger for knowledge and your willingness to share it, or is that something you've developed? How is it that how did Tobey become Tobey?
Um, one, I have a natural curiosity, but also, and it's funny that you mentioned this because I was talking with a younger engineer yesterday. Um, it a lot of times when you get hired on in the manufacturing, you're going to get thrown to the floor.
Mhm.
And when I say to the floor, I don't mean like the floor. I mean the production floor.
Right.
Um, or if you're in an integration shop, an integrator is going to want you to be able to adapt because when you're on, you know, like you may have only programmed Rockwell, but what if you're the one person that they got available and you get sent out to a Siemens shop, Um,
Right.
you have to be able to present that you will figure out the problem,
Yep.
um, and and you have to have confidence that you'll do that or keep banging at it, so to speak, or chipping along. Like I watched basketball yesterday. Indiana was down by 21. Well, they ended up winning. Same thing when you're troubleshooting a machine. Um, you can start troubleshooting and you can be down by 21, so to speak, as far as machine winning.
Right.
Um, but you have to be able to want to learn something and use your resources, be it your knowledge or the technician or the manager or the operator. You got to have that curiosity, or you'll never get through the troubleshooting on it, and you'll just want to throw your hands up, and you can't. So that's one, it's a curiosity thing. Two, it's a pride thing because you got to be like, the machine's not going to beat me today.
Right.
um, and then when you start accumulating that knowledge, then you start realizing, a valve is a valve, whether it's on a water system or whether it's on a hydraulic system or whether it's, we used to put, like people making cookies went from a dry sugar to a liquid sugar at one point. Air, whatever, a valve acts like a valve. Um, drives, I'll get an argument on this because some people will say that drives act differently, but you still need to check for a speed reference. Whether you're a DC drive or an AC drive, if the thing doesn't move, then one, are you powering the drive? Do you have a speed reference? Those things start becoming repetitive. Um, but you have to have a willingness to learn about it. And this lady was talking to me yesterday about, if a new engineer comes on and they don't have that willingness to learn, they won't survive the environment, and then they won't have a success. And you got to have a success if you want your production manager to see that you can troubleshoot something, and you won't get there unless you have that curiosity and that drive to learn something. We were in a startup mode last week, and I go walking by a panel and there's a filter alarm, and I'm like, dude, we just been down for like X amount of time. Is this going to hold you up? And the guy goes off. He's like, I'm not changing it right now. And I'm like, I don't expect you to change it right now. I'm just, is it gonna be a roadblock? And that's, controls is about looking at those things and looking at the environment, and I still use that, the oil light on your car. If the thing is, if it's red and it's constant, it's probably too late for your car.
Right.
But, when you walk by and you notice something blinking, it's, the computers tell you something for a reason.
Right.
And that's, I don't know, that's probably where my curiosity comes from, because, yeah, computers are very on off, very discreet. So it's telling you that for a reason, and but if you don't go and look at it, or if you don't go ask the operator or the maintenance guy, hey, is this normal? Is this not normal? You don't know.